Just going to go over arc length because it's been several missed on these. Also, just a reminder to check the lesson plans for Wednesday. I need you to send me a short video. It can be really, really short, like under 10 seconds. Just tell me what you've liked about the last month, what you disliked, and submit that in. I'm counting that as a quiz grade. So make sure you sent that, but here's a little bit more to help you out on arcs. First of all, the entire distance around a circle is the circumference. And hopefully so circumference is 6. C equals 2 pi r or pi d. That's already been figured for you. All the way around the circle is 6 units. So we want to know what piece of that, what is the length of this arc if I cut it and laid it flat that's just in this red color. So knowing that a whole circle is 360, we put 340 over 360 times the 6. And when I multiply those together, 340 times 6 divided by 360, I come out with 340 over 60, which simplifies to 17 over 3, which is the correct response. So let's do another one of those. Okay, erase this off. It says a circle has a radius of 6. So this is the circumference this time. You've got to find it here. It wants to know the length of this small arc. So this is going to be quite a bit less than the whole circumference. Now, what is our formula for circumference? Well, C equals 2 pi r. And in this case, the r is 6. So the circumference is 12 pi. That's called in terms of pi. The prior one was not in terms of pi because it was an integer value. Okay, so 12 pi will get me all the way around here. I want to just go from here to here. Well, how many degrees is all the way around? 360. We only have 48 of that. So 48 of 360. And 48 of 360, giving you that just as a fraction is 2/15, or it's 13.3% roughly. But that amount, that percent, times the whole thing is 12 pi. Now, if you were typing this in your calculator, you would just type in the 48 over 360 times 12. When it says in terms of pi, you just leave the pi in. Here it says you can use pi, you can use 3.14. The quickest way to do this would just be to type in 48 times 12 and divide that by 360. And since we didn't type in the pi, we would get 1.6 pi. Or know that 1.6, if you change that to a fraction, would be 8 pi over 5. So 8 pi over 4 or 1.6 pi, it will take either of those. Sorry, I may have gotten it off there. All right, let's do one more of these, and I'm going to go to some quiz problems to look at. Okay, so erase this off again. All right, it says the circle has a radius of 4. Well, first of all, we're going to find the length of this arc. I need to find all the way around. I need to find the circumference. So C equals 2 times pi times my radius is 4. So how far is it all the way around? That would be 8 pi. So if I start right here, I went all the way around, that would be 8 pi. Just to give you an idea of about how big that is, that's 25.13 roughly. So 23.13 will get me all, I'm sorry, 25.13 will get me all the way around, or just 8 pi because that's easier and it's exact. Now we only want 288 degrees of the whole 360. So we're going to put 288 over 360 times the 8 pi. I think, like I said, the video show you setting those equal. You're going to get the same thing. So I'm going to say 288 times 8 divided by 360. And I get 6.4 or 32 over 5. But remember, that's not your answer. I didn't type in the pi, so I've got to bring that down. So 6.4 pi or 32 over 5 pi. It will take either one of those. Let's see. Here's one that gives you a circumference. So since this one's a little different, I'll go and work one more of these. Let me see if I can get this erased off. Okay. This one gives you the circumference. So all the way around is 18. Notice that's not in terms of pi. They've already got that figured in. You've got our arc of 120. So if the whole distance is 18, what's 120 of it? Well, I think you all would agree that 120 of 360, let's try again. 120 of 360, it's basically 1/3 of that whole circumference. And so your answer would just be 6. So no terms of pi there. There was not a pi in there. Pi is actually in it, but it's already taken care of from that aspect. Okay, now looking at the quiz, and some of y'all haven't attempted this yet, so it's going to be a little bit skewed. They give you another one of these problems. This still appears to be what's missed the most. I'm going to make this a little larger, hopefully where you can see it. They tell you a circumference of 8. So 2 pi r equals 8. So 8 divided by 2 pi tells you the radius. Is obviously a decimal there. It has an arc length of 32 over 5. So what is the angle? Well, we're going to call this angle x degrees. I can't write on this picture. But x over the 360 degrees total. So x over 360 times the circumference of 8 equals that arc length of 32 over 5. Okay, 8 divided by 360 is 1 over 45. So x over 45 equals 32 over 5. And you might say, well, 9 times 5 is 45. 32 times 9 would be my answer, which is 288. As you can see, that's correct. If you don't really know how to solve from there, you can say 5x equals, you can cross multiply here. 5x equals 45 times 32, which is 1440. If you want to look at it that way. And then 1440 divided by 5 is the 288. But either way, you come out with 288 in the end. Some of you may would just multiply all this through by 360. That would work also, and you'd get down to a two-step equation that way. Next, most commonly missed on the last attempt at the quiz, it says, what's the measure of CD? Well, this kind of reviews what we had in last week's assignments. First of all, you think, well, how can I solve for these angles? Well, if we notice, that's 90. These two together make a semicircle, so 33k minus 9 must equal 90 degrees. And if we solve that, 33k must equal 99, meaning that k is 3. So if k is 3, how far is it from C to D? Well, 20 times 3, which is 60, plus 4, or 64. One more. Erase this off. It says find the measure of arc DE. Again, kind of same concept. What sticks out to me here is there's a semicircle. I don't know if these are 90. I don't know if these are the same. They're obviously not. But I know that they add to 180. So 4w plus 8 plus 4w plus 4. That adds up to 8w plus 12 equals 180. In solving that equation, if you take 180 and subtract 12, you get 168. When you divide that by 8, you get 21 for W. Okay, now that W is 21, it's pretty easy to find D to E. In that, I can plug in here and subtract from 180. Or I could say, well, it's vertical with that one. So let's go that route since we want to go, well, no, okay. D to E is just this little piece. So I'm going to plug into both of these and subtract from 180. 2 times 21 plus 11 is 53, I believe. Yes. Okay, then 4 times 21 plus 4. 84, I believe that's going to be 88. So 180 for the semicircle minus 88 minus 53. And that will give you 39, which is our correct response. Okay, notice this is talking about angles. This is the 360 part, not the circumference part. Don't get this confused with this concept. Arc length is the same as, the number of degrees in the arc is the same as the angle, but that's not the distance. So don't get that mixed up. Reach out if you have any more questions. Make sure you send me that short video. That's an easy grade. And hope y'all are doing well and have a good break. Bye-bye.